What's up, everybody? Nerdy Cajun Nation coming at y'all with another deck profile for the deck that I finished in first place with today at my locals. I played Amazing Dogmatica Invoked. It's a good deck that might be competitive. I don't know yet. We'll find out when this whole regional stuff starts back up. Excuse the noise in the background. My wife is watching Ant-Man. Let's get into the deck. Let's start with my sideboard. What I sided today in my locals was 2DD Crow because it stopped, basically hurts everything that has effects that go off in the graveyard, or not go off, that mess with the graveyard. And you have 3 Nibiru. I'm siding my Ashes because I don't have any room in my main board because it's a trap heavy deck that this don't count for. And then my third Alistair, third Nadir Servant. I've sideboard 3 evenly matches. What it does is you can activate this if you control no monsters in the battle phase from your hand, and it banishes all your opponent's monsters face down. And then 2 D barrier. If this D barrier came out when Lynx came out, then oh my god, that card would be so good. It'd be more expensive than what it already is. Alright, that's it for my sideboard. Onwards to the main deck. In the main board, I am playing, because the ratios are still a little wonky, but I like the way I built it right now. But right now I'm playing 2 Araclino. What Araclino does is, once per turn, banish any number of attraction traps from your graveyard. Target monsters your opponent controls and destroy them. You can only use the following effects once per turn. If a trap card is activated, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster, you can activate an attraction trap card from your deck to equip to it, and you gain an effect depending on which attraction trap you equip to it. Another card that I'm playing 2 of is Amazement Attendant Comica. What she does is when she's normal summon or special summon, you set a attraction trap directly from the deck, and it can be activated the turn that you set it. Also, her quick effect is you can switch the target of an amazement trap to anything. Playing 2 Alistair, because decided to make my sideboard my third. I'll probably bump them up to 3, but right now 2 is fine. What Alistair does is when he's normal summon, you add an invocation from your deck, and then if he's in your hand, whenever a fusion monster attacks, you can drop it like an honest, and it gains 1,000 attack and defense. And then another searcher I'm playing is 3 Ecclesia. When she's normal summon or special summon, you get to add any Dogmatica card from your deck to your hand, I think. Let me make sure. Add 1 Dogmatica card, yeah. Except for Ecclesia. Except for herself. Also, whenever you use her effect, you can add special summon from the ash deck. For the one of the monsters that I'm playing, give me 1 second. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but for the 1/0 I'm playing, it's 1 Maximus. What it does is you send to special summon him, you banish a card, extra deck monster from your graveyard to special summon him, but you're locked out of your extra deck for the rest of the turn when you special summon this way. Also, what it does is you send 2 extra deck monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard, and your opponent sends 2. But they have to be 2 with different names. And then the other one I'm playing of is Florida Lease. Should be playing any Dogmatica deck plays 2. I'm playing 1 because it's sociable. And whenever a Dogmatica, during the main phase, if there is a special summon monster from the extra deck, you can special summon him. Also, a quick effect: if you control another Dogmatica monster, you target one of your opponent's I can negate one effect, face-up monster effect, on the field until the end of the turn. Also, what he does is when a Dogmatica card attacks, all your Dogmatica monsters gain 500 attack permanently. So, yeah. And the other one of the last one of the monsters that I'm playing is the Dragoon package, because why not? When I make a pure variant and test it out and do all that and try and top with it, it's probably not gonna play the Dragoon, but you never know. To the spells, 1 Red Eyes Fusion for Dragoon birthday. There have been a time today twice today actually, that I had to activate this directly from my hand because I opened it and opened up Dragoon Pass. Why not? I had one game today where I was going against Emancipators, and I just sat on the Dragoon, and he was going off on me. I was waiting for the perfect moment for him to use my Dragoon effect, but he never went with it. So, but I also misplayed with him because Dragoon, he can't be destroyed by battle, right? No, he can be. Okay, never mind. Cannot be destroyed by battle or by cartifacts. That's what it is. Okay. All right. For the rest of the spells, I'm playing 2 Nadir Servant because I'm signing my 3rd. If you don't know what Nadir Servant does, what it does is you send an extra deck monster to the graveyard, then you add a Dogmatica monster from your deck to the hand that's equal to or less than the monster sent. Also, you cannot special summon for the extra deck the rest of the turn you activate Nadir Servant. Then playing 3 Magical Meltdown. If you don't know what Magical Meltdown does, I'll read it. When you activate this card, you add 1 Alistair the Invoker from your deck to the hand. The activation of your cards and effects that include the effect that fusion summons a fusion monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent's cards and effects cannot activate when a monster is fusion summoned this way. So basically, your fusion monsters are safe if you have a Magical Meltdown on board. Then 3 Invocation. Fusion summon 1 monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand as fusion material. If you're summoning an invoked fusion monster this way, you can also banish monsters from your field and or either player's graveyard as fusion materials. If this card's in the graveyard, target one of your banished Alistair the Invoker, shuffle it back into the deck, shuffle this card back into the deck, and then you add the Alistair back to your hand. Makes Mechabus still alive, basically. And then I'm playing 3 Amazing Time Ticket. What it does, you pay 800 life points to apply one of the following effects, depending on whose turn it is. If you activate it on your turn, you add an Amazement card from your deck to your hand. And if it's your opponent's turn, you set an attraction trap directly from the deck. It can be activated this turn that you set. That's it for the spells. On to the traps, which is one of the most key points of this deck is your traps. Is your normal traps. No, it says any trap. Hang on. Let me make sure. Let's see. If a trap is activated. Yeah, so he will go off on any trap. Our cleaner will go off on any trap card. That's actually better than I thought it would be. Okay, so if you get warning, you can send your dude that's being warning to the graveyard, and then you can special summon our cleaner. The traps that I'm playing is 2 Dogmatic Punishment. If you don't know what Dogmatic Punishment does, is you target one face-up monster your opponent controls, send one monster with equal or higher attack from your extra deck to the graveyard. If you do, destroy that monster until the end of your next turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. So yeah. And then I play 2, there can only be 1, because all the monsters are different. Except for the Dogmaticas. All the Dogmaticas and Alistair, they're all spellcasters. But Arclino, he's a psychic. And Attendant is a machine. How is this cute little thing a machine? I don't know. But that's Konami for you. And then you got Dark Magician, who's a spellcaster. And then Red Eyes Black Dragon, who's a dragon. But yeah. There can only be 1 means, so basically it makes it where neither player can have 2 of the same type of monster. I'm also playing 2 Amazement Family Faces. What this does is you target one of your opponent's monsters that's equipped with an attraction trap, and switch control. You take control over it and change it to a Amazement monster. All the Amaze attraction traps have 2 different effects that we'll get into in a minute, because I forgot that this is a card that I'm playing as well. It's 3 Imperm because it's Imperm. Negates a monster effect, and if it's face down when you activate it, it negates that whole back row column. If you don't know what it negates a monster effect, and it's basically makes that back row column negated, basically. Alright. Now, like I was saying before, the attraction trap cards, they'll have different effects depending on which monster you equip them to. Horror House, I'm playing 3 of. What it does is, if you attach it to one of your monsters, target a effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effects. And then if it's one of your monsters, if it's one of your monsters, you target one of their monsters and negate its effects. And then if it's one of their monsters, you book a moon it, and this goes to the graveyard. If you book a moon it. And then one of the better traps, I think, is Psycho Coaster. What it does is if you equip it to one of your monsters, destroy this card and one card they control. One spell or trap card that they control. And if you equip it to one of their monsters, you add an amazement monster from your deck to the hand. The one you're mainly going to add is Arclina off of this. That's not Arclina. That guy. The big boss monster. That's it for the main deck. On to the extra. Start with the fusions first. Dragoon, because it's Dragoon and it's a walk in the gate. That's a once per turn, and also up to the number of normal monsters you use to fusion summon into it, you destroy monster they control and they burn for that monster's attack. Purgatrio, it gains 200 for each monster that your opponent controls, and it does piercing. Raijin, because Smorg's a thing that I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of. I'll probably use it for. I need to get some super polys so I can use it for that. And it's a walking book of moon once per turn. Caliuga, what it does is makes it where your opponent can only attack you once and can only use one monster effect, as long as he's face up on the field. So you can link them off and you can use multiple effects in that turn during your turn. I'm playing 2 Intis. When it's sent to the graveyard, you destroy something, and then 2 Titanclad. When he's sent to the graveyard, you add at the end phase you add a Dogmatica add or special summon a Dogmatica card. This card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn. Add to your hand or special summon 1 Fallon of Vibez or Dogmatica monster from your deck. And then 2 Mechaba because it's a walk in the gate. You deactivate a trap. You send a trap from your hand to the graveyard, negate and banish. Same with the spell. Pitch it to the grave, negate and banish. It's an omni negate. That's the word. And then monster. Because it's too good. It's really good. Then on to the links. I'm only playing a 14 card extra deck right now. Link monsters. Predator Plant for Dragoon. You send a fusion card from your deck to the graveyard and it gains that effect. Artemis, because it takes only 1 spellcaster to link summon into her. And then you use Invocation to fuse Artemis and your Alistair in the graveyard, banishing them both. Bring out Mechaba. It's a 1-turn Mechaba. And then I'm playing an Abomination because whenever something gets destroyed, if he's on the field, it destroys another card. And then the other one I'm playing is Underworld Goddess of the Closed Door. You can use one of your opponent's monsters to link summon into her. So if they have like a link 3, no, it's gotta be 4 more. So if they have a link 2, you can send 3 of your monsters in their link 2 and link off into it. But that's the deck profile. That was my deck and sideboard that I played today, and that finished first. Hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, I'm going to try and build a more pure variant of this. I'm not going to come off my Dogmatica stuff or my invoked stuff. But, other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed. Nerdy Cajun Nation signing out. Take care.